This video is kindly sponsored by Skillshare.
Were housewives, and so were their mothers, their sisters, their aunts. My dad got a job at a chemical company, and he worked there for 30 years. When my father grew curious about things, he pursued them, usually without referring to the instructions, or burn experts. He is no more impressed by, but his example of how, maybe because they...
Hey everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. I'm thrilled to be presenting you with a big ol' vlog today, which is a special theme. It is starting the second draft of my book. Real quick, if you're new here, hello, my name's Aline. I'm a 20-something living and working in New York City. I live with my sister, who I share this channel with. Michelle, say hi. Hello. That's Michelle. We have lived here on the Upper West Side in this apartment for more than 3 years now, which feels crazy to say. Time really flies when you're having fun. I'm a barista by day and a writer by night, which is not really an accurate way to describe it because I'm not a night owl at all, so I always tend to be asleep by 10. I've missed making writing vlogs so much. It has been so long, genuinely. I've taken so many months off because I was finishing the draft, then I finished the draft, then I was in my research period, and a vlog was not in order. And now I am about to start. I have requested an extra day off this week for the occasion because I knew that starting my second draft was gonna feel a little daunting, just like getting started, getting that initial ball rolling, getting back in my rhythm. Today's Tuesday and I'm off Wednesday and Thursday this week. So in a row, I'm really getting a good chunk of time to get this initial work done. I know that not everyone can do this. I'm not trying to suggest this as like a way of life. I'm lucky where like I'm very untethered. I don't have debt, incredible, and I don't have kids. Also incredible. Maybe not later. Maybe later I'll want some. But for right now, I have no mouths to feed other than my own. Sometimes when I'm like, you know, I have an extra paycheck coming in this month from freelancing, I might just take this day for myself to work on the thing that I want to actually make my job. So that's basically my thought process around that. And as I said, starting my second draft has been exciting. I have been at such a high, like all through March really so far. I have been like absolutely on cloud 9 about all my research and plot breakdowns that I've been doing. I have a notebook where I do all my notes. I've been doing so much like research on steam engines and railways and railroad tycoons, which is like all stuff that fits into my book, as well as like filling plot holes. I think that it just like all came to a head yesterday and I really had a bit of a blue moment. I was just feeling really overwhelmed. Finishing my first draft has been so wonderful, and the downward slope from writing my first draft was like extra fun, you know, like psychologically. I think it's a little less fun to start something completely over and be like, let's do that again. I think I'll work through it okay, and already after last night's sleep, I'm feeling so much more calm. I went and got my laundry, so I'm wearing nice clean clothes, which might not seem like a lot, but it is for me. I'm gonna break my day up into 2 blocks. The first block is gonna be at a local coffee shop that has great Wi-Fi so that I can have a coffee because I haven't had any. I'm gonna have a little bit of a snack there as a treat. And then I am going to go to a library as well. I've been lucky enough to have access to the American Museum of Natural History's library on their 4th floor of their new wing, and I have just really loved working there because it's so quiet. Like, I know that that sounds obvious for a library. I am first and foremost like a very nosy person. Like, I'm a big eavesdropper, and it's nice to be in an environment where that is not available to me. Like, I can't listen in on conversations. The other day at a coffee shop, I was trying to write and I truly got so sidetracked by this interview where this dad was interviewing a college application tutor for his son, and that's just like not a world that I was ever a part of or have ever been a part of. And the kind of conversation, like, it was giving Gossip Girl. I was like, are they talking about Nate Archibald at this moment? It was so wild. The kind of numbers and the kind of like stakes that they were talking about in terms of like money and wage and tuition, I was just like jaw agape, I can like get distracted, even though that stuff is like also like useful inspiration for our life and writing and storytelling, but that's not always the point. Sometimes I'm actually there to work. You better work.
You better work, bitch.
I'm all set to go. I just have to pack my bag and then I'm gonna head out the door. So I'm gonna just keep you coming along with me these next few days. I was originally gonna go to my partner Ellis's house in Brooklyn tonight for a sleepover, but I actually have a little bit of a cough. I don't think it's actually illness. I think genuinely I breathed in too much really cold air the other day. I accidentally ordered Thai food for pickup the other day during a rainstorm, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go get it. And I bundled up and I went on my bike and my clothes just got so soaked through, and the next day I had a cough. So I don't know, I might just take the extra day of rest and see what they're doing tomorrow with their life, but I'll keep you guys updated on that front. And yeah, come along with me. It should be fun. This outfit reminds me beat for beat of my grandpa. All right, come with me. Let's get this day going.
The sun is out. It is like 60 degrees right now. It's crazy. I just changed locations. I went to Daily Provisions for lunch because they have this chickpea veggie sandwich that goes crazy. But now I am really ready to get heavy work done, so I'm headed to the library. I've got my coffee and a new cookie, and I'm gonna eat it on my way to the library. All right, see ya.
About the weather. It cured my depression.
Incredible.
Cured my depression, cleared my acne. Brought back the will to live. Love it when things become wine bars instead of a gross smoke shop. Uno quiere preguntar, pero yo no sé. Hello. So it's obviously much later. I'm back at the house now. Oh god. It was so fun. Michelle was out and about while I was finishing up at the research library at the museum, and then we met up and went and got a little ice cream cone, and then we went and picked up some basic essentials from Key Foods to last us through Thursday, where we're gonna do the big shop at Trader Joe's. I really need a haircut. I don't know if you can tell. I want to give you guys a little writing update about how the day went. Overall, I think really positive. Not in terms of like so much work done. I honestly decided how I was going to structure my first few chapters, and then I went to work revising and writing some new stuff in chapter 1 and then creating chapter 2. All in all, it's probably like 5,000 words on the project, but I think it has left me feeling so much more excited and revitalized about everything. As I was saying earlier in the vlog, yesterday I was really like anxious and blue. I was approaching it as if I hadn't already done the first draft, and I was acting as if I was like starting completely from scratch. And the thing is that like I've discovered so much, I've learned so much, I've grown so much as a writer since I did draft 1, and I'm not at all starting from scratch. Even like restructuring the first 2 chapters felt so fun. I feel like I got to embed this first chapter with a lot more personality from my protagonist, a lot more decisive characterization, and honestly just a lot more clarity. I have created several changes to the overall conflict since I started my first draft. So I got to add in like sprinkles of, you know, foreshadowing. That was a lot of fun. It was also cute because while I was at the first coffee shop, the guy who runs it, Mark, he was experimenting with grind size brewing. So if you guys don't know, if you don't work in coffee, like grind size can really affect the taste of any coffee that you drink, from drip to espresso to cold brew, really anything. That's why if you go to a specialty coffee shop and you buy a box of whole beans and you ask to get it ground, they ask you what you're brewing with at home, because it's just very different. Different sizes bring out different tastes in the extraction process. And those guys there, they know that I work in coffee. We're all quite friendly. It's very cute. And he had like 4 different brews that he wanted me to taste, and he like laid them out in all these different samples, and he was like, just take them all. I want to know what you think. And it was so precious. I don't know. I have lived on the Upper West Side now for like 3 years, as I said, and it's just really lovely to like just be in community with people and have people know you, know your neighbors, know the people who work at the little shops around you, to feel engaged, and that's just really nice. After that, I was craving this very specific chickpea sandwich from Daily Provisions, so I went there, and I also got to catch up with an old friend who I used to work with back like pre-vaccine, and we got to catch up, and we hadn't seen each other since the last time I was in, so it was just really, really fun. AJ gave me a free cookie, and we talked about what he's been up to, what I've been up to, the book, obviously, and it's just, it's just so cute. It's just so cute. Then I went to the museum, and I love working at the museum. It is so quiet. I feel like my thoughts work rapid paced when it's dead ass quiet and I can hear myself think, and I'm not listening to like instrumental music to drown people out. And I did so much good work in there. Can't wait to see what else these next few days bring. It feels exciting. It feels nice. I'm gonna make some turkey meatballs, some cracked goat cheese potatoes, and a salad now for me and Michelle. And probably watch some Avatar: The Last Airbender as well. I was watching Grey's Anatomy last month. I really do enjoy Grey's, but I don't watch a lot of it. I hate to say it, I know that it's a hospital show, but it's just like so depressing sometimes, and you're just like, why does every episode someone have to die? I like to consider myself a little empathetic, a little emotionally intelligent, very keyed in with like the news, and nothing bums you out like current events. So I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender because the new Netflix show came out that is Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, and I gotta tell you, I haven't tried watching it. Every single time I'd see clips of it online, I would be like, I guess that looks fine, but it does make me want to watch the old one. So I decided to skip a step and just watch the old one. And it has been so lovely, just really nice to watch. I find it masterclass storytelling.
What? I'm saying I would rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment.
My neighbor from across the window, across the alley, just walked into his kitchen, so I'm gonna go because I feel so self-conscious all of a sudden. All right. Hey guys, just jumping in here because I wanted to talk a little bit about tools that I use when inspiration isn't coming, when I'm feeling a little isolated, when I'm feeling a little insecure, and tools that I turn to. One of those being Skillshare. Skillshare and I actually go way back. I used it a lot when I first started working on my novel because I don't know if you guys know this, some of you probably do, but I didn't go to school for writing. So at first it was really intimidating because I felt like I had just a lot to learn. For those of you who don't know, Skillshare is the largest online learning community with thousands of classes at your fingertips from instructors of all kinds, of all areas of expertise. April, she's here, and I don't know if you've heard the saying, but April showers bring May flowers. You're gonna have a lot of rainy days, and what's better to do on a rainy day when you want to be like cozy, when you want to have kind of a slow moment with yourself, a gentle moment of creativity, and you get to learn something new in the process. There are so many learning paths that you can take on Skillshare. You can like learn how to write and publish your own children's book. You can learn how to sell your own products online. You can learn a new instrument. This time around I took Storytelling 101 with Daniel Jose Older. I have never had the chance to learn about craft from a specifically like Latin American fantasy writer. For those of you who don't know, like I'm from Chile and I'm working on a fantasy novel. That's like very specific. One of the things he talks about the most is that your narrative should kind of be narrowed in, focusing in on a turning point, like within the plot. If not, you just have scenario. That really hits home, especially as I'm working on my second draft of my book. It's really what I've been narrowing in on. The first 500 people to use my link in the description box will get 1 month of Skillshare for free, which is kind of incredible. Also, low-key, like, take me up on it, because the benefit of watching a kind of smaller channel is that that's gonna be, like, available to you. Like, it's not gone. Like, you have a pretty good chance. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into it. Hello, it's a brand new day. Obviously, I have showered, I've washed my hair, I've had breakfast, I've packed my lunch today so I don't have to eat lunch out. It's about 10:30 and I really want to leave the house because I don't want to stay here till 11. Yesterday I had a later start. I still got a lot done, but it's a later start, you know, and I requested and I'm intentionally using these days to write, and I want to make sure that I'm writing as much as I possibly can. I have much clearer goals today because yesterday was so helpful for realizing like what this structure is going to look like and feel like. So I'm hopefully going to get through chapters 2, 3, and 4 today with how much more mental clarity I have. And yeah, wish me luck. Let's get this going. Let's do this all again. Hello, I'm here outside the American Museum of Natural History. I was gonna do several hours at the coffee shop, but my brain, it's just like, it's picking up like conversations around me. It's very fuzzy. You know, it's fine. I just decided to come to the park and have my sandwich and then just head inside and do some work because honestly, that's the way that things are gonna get done. So it's another beautiful day of like 56 degrees, so she's blessed. Hey guys, so it's obviously a brand new day. I wanted to give an update about how it went yesterday on my day 2 of writing. And you know what? It went really well. I finished chapter 2. I know that I said I wanted to get to like chapters 3 and 4, but I feel like that might be wishful thinking. I think I'm gonna try to do like a chapter solidly every day and then maybe a little bit more of the next chapter in a dream scenario. You know, as much as that doesn't feel as fast as I would like it to, every chapter so far has been coming up really polished, really complex, multi-layered. It's really gelling in a brand new way, which is really exciting. There are chunks of the plot that I have to completely like create from scratch because there aren't chapters that represent that part of the story yet, so it really is going to be interesting. However, it does make me think that like drafts 3 and 4 are going to be quite quick turnover, which is really exciting for somebody who wants to send this out, get feedback in like workshop, and also to like my mentors and stuff. So that is that. And yeah, I'm gonna get going, head to the coffee shop. My partner Ellis stayed over, so we're gonna go and have a little fun card morning before they head to work, and then I'm gonna be basically doing the same thing I did yesterday. I have a running class in the evening, and yeah, that should be good to clear my head, and that's basically all I have to say. Come along with me, let's do this all again. I hope you're not getting bored. Okay. Hello everybody, it's obviously much later in the day. I have a companion here. It's incredible. Thank you so much for coming with me. Michelle came to work with me at the library, which was incredible.
I loved it. So lucky to have a place like that to work, honestly.
Yeah, no, for real. Then we went and got a little frozen custard at Shake Shack because it's actually mentioned in one of Nora Ephron's essays about things that she'll miss. She said frozen custard and walks through the park. And so we got frozen custard and we went on a walk through the park. It was very cute of us.
We've never had the Shake Shack frozen custard before, and it hit. And honestly, it was really affordable, around like $5, but it was so good. It was so nice to just walk through the park, chat, have our custard. We got a chocolate and a vanilla. Which is
combo.
cute that they let you do both for no additional charge, because in New York they charge for everything.
Yeah, they're like, you want us to scoop it? That's a 10% service fee. Anyway, now we're in the shadow of Belvedere Castle.
And we're sitting on Richard Burton's seat.
Yeah. Richard Burton said I'm sat. It's such a beautiful day, isn't it?
Best day of my life.
It's
like
so
70
warm.
degrees.
Yeah. This is incredible. Look at people walking their dogs, people have their babies out, people are in the best mood ever. There you can see the billionaire towers that sit empty. Hello everybody, I am back at the house. I am in a rush, so please don't think me rude. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but I am getting my stuff together. I'm going to a running class. I'm going to a running class on the Upper East Side. Yeah, I'm excited to move my body. It's such a beautiful day, which always makes me want to like run around like a Labrador. Haven't been running in a couple of weeks, so it's bound to feel really good. I always am amazed at what endorphins do for the body. So yeah, let's go. I need to cut my bangs again already. I feel like they look spiky, like an emo guy. I love making my sister laugh. Hey you guys, so it is a brand new day. It's actually a different week than the week that I filmed my last several days. So basically, I thought it would be kind of cute to catch you guys up on how things have been going with the book after another week of writing, and then what I'm going to be up to today, because I'm going to be breaking kind of the routine of this vlog to do something a little bit more fun, a little bit more take myself on a date kind of quality to the video. First, how's it been going with the book, you might be asking to me. I don't know. The answer is it is going really good. I didn't get as much work done on the book as I did last week, because of course, because I had taken time off to actually work on the book, I'd cleared like 3 days in my schedule in a row to work on things, and I'm so glad I did, because it really did set such a good tone for the project. I got so many questions answered during that process, not just like in structure, but also like in world building. I feel like I actually discovered a lot of useful things. I think that there have been times where I have been really judgmental or harsh on myself, because I see my contemporaries working through their manuscript at a much faster pace, and I'm always just like, well, what the fuck is wrong with me then? Like, why can't I produce at that same rate, feeling like a big dummy? And the answer is, I think a lot of it had to do with world building. I wasn't entirely comfortable in the universe that I was writing. Like, it's not like I was writing in like the city of New York or even like the city of Boston. I'm on a completely different plane in terms of where these people are, what is the setting, and because I feel like I've solidified so much of that, or I thought I was doing one thing, and from my research I've like aged it the 1860s, which is a lot more like specific. It has informed so much more about the aesthetic. It has much more of like a steampunk feel, think like Spirited Away, Hayao Miyazaki, like that kind of vibe, and less classical, medieval, Victorian even. Now it feels much more modern, which gives me so many answers in terms of the way that I can have people like interact with each other. Not that I'm making them speak like they're in the 1860s, like that is crazy. I don't think that many people would want to buy a book like that. I feel like I have so much more space to play in the world now. Everything feels so much more like solid, which I didn't think would make just everything feel so much more effortless. I've been working on character biographies when I have downtime, like at work, or even when I'm like waiting on a friend to meet up for like a coffee or something. I am always like, oh, I have a spare second, I'm gonna work on some character biographies, and it's been great. It informed a lot of my research. I did a lot of research on the railroad and mining, which sounds so boring, but I promise it's like so interesting once you get into like the nitty-gritty of it, and who these people are, what's important to them, how do they get their energy, how do they move from place to place, like things like that. And I am just having a good time. I finished up chapter 4 yesterday. After work I went and I pulled up at another coffee shop and just got some good work done. I really had to gut it. It took me a lot longer to work through it than it did my first 3, just because now we're getting into the stuff that needs a lot of polish. I think that tentatively, I'm going to try to say that I want to be done with the draft by July, which is quick compared to how I usually write. As we all know, I'm not fast. I'm on my phone to do a calculation. I'm hoping that with touch and go work on the book,
I can average about 2 chapters a week. And if I average about 2 chapters a week on my revisions, I can be done by July. Because I think that there are going to be roughly 33 chapters in the book. Also, I don't know if you noticed, I did cut my bangs. They're a little choppy. I need to go in and like do another cut now that I've washed my hair, but it's nice not to have so much hair in my face, I'll say that much. My goal, I think I said this before, my goal is to get 2 drafts done of the book this year. Again, other people I think could do this faster. I think that I'm still at the point where I'm learning a lot and I'm discovering a lot. Hopefully that was interesting. Could very well be not the case, but that's basically what's been going through my mind. I'm also currently reading Fourth Wing for market research. I got it from my mom last year and she sent it for me to read in a care package because she wanted to know what I thought. I like a lot of what she's done and I don't want to come on and like give a big scathing review of something that I know is like very popular and like people really like it. I also like have been reading it like crazy, so clearly there's like something in it, you know, which is causing it to be a page turner. That is a skill in itself. The writing itself has made me feel like I don't need to be so hard on myself and take myself so seriously. Like, just a reminder to let loose and have fun. I'm gonna go now, and I think this day will be pretty light otherwise. I'm gonna finish the day off with a little museum visit. I'm not gonna go to the same museum I've been taking to you every single day. I'm going to the Historical Society, which is neighbors with the Museum of Natural History, because I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I'm just like, why am I waiting on other people to make a plan? Like, I want to go. I should just go by myself and like have a nice time. So I'm gonna take my notebook, I'm gonna take a pen, and I'm going to see if I can find any inspiration in any of the exhibits that they have going on. So come along with me. Let's go on a little solo date. Okay. Hey you guys, the museum was so fun, and now I'm headed to meet up with Michelle and get some lunch. Thank you guys so much. This actually wraps up the video. I arrived at the museum and there was a museum worker who let me in for free. Don't know what that was about. Absolute 10 out of 10 vibe. They had a beautiful Tiffany lamp collection on display, which was incredible to see. And they also had, which is not that exciting for other people, but is very exciting to me. They had a timeline breakdown in that one hallway that you saw me in of the steam engine. My book does have a lot to do with trains. I know that doesn't make it sound very sexy. So it was really handy that that was all there. I feel like I learned a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, and thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on TikTok, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you, goodbye.